At this time, I'd like to invite everyone to stand for the pledge and remain standing for the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's pray. Father God, we come before you this evening and just ask that you just bless this meeting that we are participating in. God, we're just thankful for the nation that we live in, the freedom that we have. And God, we just know that it's been a very trying couple months with the weather, and God, we know that you're in complete control, and we look forward to some longer days of sunshine and some much warmer weather. Father, just be with everyone tonight and allow us to get the job done and be encouraging to one another as well. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. Gotta pray for warm weather. This meeting is now in order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mayor Coe?
Oh, here, yeah, first.
Can't be my distant all the way to the lines. Francis is absent. Miller? Oh, wait a minute, we don't have Miller. We've got Willis now. Here. Tinnerman?
Here.
Fogel?
Here.
Ashley?
Here.
And Miller.
Here.
Yes, Mr. Klein.
Francis just texted me, he will be today, he'll try and get here.
Thank you. The following is the certificate of the clerk. The undersigned certified that all requirements to notice and notification have been done or attempted to be done in compliance with Council Rule 3. Signed, Linda Cantrell. At this time, we have to make up a swearing in for Mrs. Willis. She'll be sworn in as a council chairperson. And so at this time, Mrs. Brosh will swear Mrs. Willis in.
Please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Susan Willis,
Being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
discharge the duties as chairperson
discharge the duties as chairperson
of the Municipality of West Milton
of the Municipality of West Milton
in Miami County, Ohio,
in Miami County of Ohio
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations, it's official. Council should have received their workshop minutes for the January council session. I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt those minutes as written.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion regarding those minutes? All right, roll call, please.
Willis?
Yes.
Tinnerman?
Yes.
Fogel?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Mayor Coe?
Yes. Council should have also received their workshop minutes for January. I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt those minutes as written.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion regarding the workshop minutes? Okay. Roll call, please.
Willis?
Yes.
Tinnerman?
Yes.
Fogel?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Mayor Coe?
Yes. The workshop minutes have been approved.
Wasn't Mr. Francis absent from the workshop?
I didn't think so.
Yes, he
Oh,
was.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was here. My apologies. We have one absence to excuse, or, well, to make a motion on. Mr. Francis was absent for the workshop in January.
January
So,
20th. So moved.
okay.
Second.
Second. There was a motion made, yeah. Roll call, please.
Willis?
Yes.
Tinnerman?
Yes.
Francis, or Fogel, rather?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Mayor Coe.
Yes. No. I missed that. Mr. Klein, are there any correspondences to council this evening?
Just one, Mayor. If you'll recall, back in probably December, we passed a resolution authorizing the Ohio Department of Transportation for them to come in when they're doing projects. Subsequent to that, now we've just received a letter from them again asking us to pass a new resolution, which essentially does exactly the same thing. I called them, told them that we already did, and we'd already forwarded it on. However, their legal department feels that there's some wording changes that needed to be done. I've looked at their sample resolution, which pretty much looks exactly like the one we just passed, but I'm not going to argue with them. So that's the only piece of the only correspondence that we've received. I'll pass the resolution, or the sample resolution, on to Ms. Brosh, and we can talk about it at the workshop if you wish, but that'll probably be a piece of legislation for the next meeting.
Thank you. At this time, I welcome any comments from citizens regarding tonight's legislation. I think we're good there. I will invite, we have some guests this evening from the Strawberry Festival Committee. I'll just go ahead and give them the floor if they want to. They have an announcement to make. I'll let them do that real quick.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Debbie Char. I am here as a representative of the 2014 Troy Strawberry Festival. With me tonight is Kathy Roeder, who is this year's general chairperson. We've come out here today to make a personal invitation to you all and to maybe tell you something or remind you of something that seems to have been lost over the years, and that is that in 1977, the festival was established as a means for nonprofit agencies throughout Miami County to raise funds and create awareness for the good works that they do in the county. Over the years, I think because it's been identified as the Troy Strawberry Festival, we've lost the sense of countywide community with respect to including everyone in the festivities, and not just the nonprofit organizations that we put the festival on for, but the communities as well. So we are here tonight to extend a personal invitation to you all as the administrative and elective officials of West Milton to participate in the 2014 parade, which will take place at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday, June 7th, as well as we would love for you to, on the record, come out in support of the festival this year and to encourage the nonprofit organizations that are active within your community to also become a part of and embrace the opportunities that are available to them through the Troy Strawberry Festival. So if you have any questions, we're happy to entertain them this evening. You can always find additional information at the gostrawberries.com website, and we are happy to entertain any questions, concerns, information needing through the festival office as well. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, but we do hope that you'll participate with us this
Do
year.
you still do the Super Cities competition? They don't do that anymore, do they?
They don't do that anymore, and this year, and let me kind of reiterate a little bit more with Kathy's theme, we're reaching out this year for a couple reasons. One of the most important being that Miami County came out with a rebranding initiative last year in the fall and they've re-identified Miami County as homegrown great. Kathy embraced that as the festival theme this year and translated that to homegrown berries. So this kind of re-energized us all to embrace all the townships and all the cities and all the villages within the county. And one of the things that we hope to do in the future, we finally got Troy City Council to approve last week. They approved the expansion of the footprint of the festival. And our thought process is that that may be one of the things that in the future, as we go through this, getting everybody back involved again, that'll be another thing that we will put back together. But we don't have it on the books for this year, but we've definitely made note of that already, so thank you for
Okay, I
that.
would also like to talk to you maybe after the meeting or at some point.
Sure.
About our July 4th, because it's our hometown hero.
Awesome. That would be
So,
great.
yeah, let's work together.
That would be, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. So we'll turn our attention to our ordinances and resolutions this evening. Our first one is CM-1401. Mrs. Brosh.
A resolution commending and thanking Mr. Charles H. Selms II for his outstanding dedication and service to the municipality of West Milton, Ohio. Whereas Charles H. Sell, hereinafter referred to as Chuck Sell, has provided outstanding professional service to the municipality of West Milton since October 1987 as the municipality's law director. And whereas Chuck Sell has attended approximately 315 council meetings, and whereas Chuck Sell has certified approximately 1,226 ordinances and resolutions, and whereas Chuck Sell, by said service, has shown leadership, wisdom, guidance, and vigor, and whereas Chuck Sell's contributions and dedication have had a profound impact on the well-being of this community. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, the Council of West Milton, hereby expresses its sincere gratitude and commends Chuck Sell for his exceptional years of service as law director. Section 2, the Clerk of Council is hereby directed to certify a copy of this resolution to Chuck Sell. Section 3, this resolution shall take effect and be in full force on and after its adoption.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved. Can we all make it?
I think everyone made it and everyone seconded.
Roll call, please.
Willis?
Yes.
Tinnerman?
Yes.
Fogel?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
And Mayor Cope.
Yes. Thank you. Before we move on, obviously this resolution has been adopted. I'd just like to mention a few words about this resolution. Before we present this to Mr. Sells, I just want to say that he's faithfully supported this village for over 27 years. And Chuck has given us countless wisdom and advice in our day-to-day operations and management of this village. And we wish Mr. Sells the best as he continues on his journey. And we want to thank him for being with us all these years. God bless you. Thank you. So if you would come up, we'd like to present this with you.
Be a picture.
We probably need more than that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice working with you.
Thank you, Chuck.
Susan, nice working with you. Thank you the longest.
Yes.
It was nice to see you. We've been together 24 years, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, 22.
22. Jason,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Very unusual to sit back in the audience when I've been up there for 26 years.
Okay.
I do appreciate this. It was very nice. And I think that I've had a lot of very wonderful experiences and also a lot of very difficult experiences representing the village. But all in all, I think it was a very worthwhile thing for me to do. And I think you have somebody who carried on very well. After my leaving, I think it's appropriate at this point to change law directors. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next item is an ordinance, CM-1402.
An ordinance authorizing the municipal manager to enter into an agreement for services to be provided by the Director of Law and to declare an emergency. Whereas the Council for the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio approved the municipal manager's appointment of Linnea Ambrosch as Director of Law for the municipality on January 7, 2014. And whereas the municipal manager desires to enter into an agreement on behalf of the municipality of West Milton for legal services to be provided by the Director of Law as described in the attached agreement marked as Exhibit A. And whereas the agreement requires approval of council. Now therefore be in consideration of the requirements of the municipal charter and the codified ordinances of the municipality of West Milton, the council hereby ordains as follows. Section 1, that the municipal manager is hereby authorized to enter into the attached agreement, Exhibit A, providing for legal services to be rendered by the Director of Law, Linnea Ambrosch. Section 2, the council hereby declares that this action shall take immediate effect and is declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the public peace, health, and safety and general welfare.
Thank you. I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt this ordinance.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion regarding this ordinance? Okay. Roll call, please.
Willis.
Yes.
Tinnerman.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Ashley.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
And Mayor Coe.
Yes. Thank you. This ordinance has been adopted as written. Our last resolution is CM-1403.
Resolution authorizing the municipal manager to execute an amendment to the affinity agreement and reaffirming an endorsement of DP&L Energy Resources as the municipality's preferred energy provider. Whereas the West Milton Council desires to assist its residents and businesses with lower electric expenses, which reduced expenses would provide a substantial savings for village customers. And whereas DP&L Energy Resources has developed an amendment to the affinity agreement which is designed to assist residents and businesses of the municipality in reducing their retail electric expenses. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, the municipal manager is authorized to execute the amendment number 1 to the affinity agreement between the municipality of West Milton and DP&L Energy Resources Incorporated, which is attached hereto as Exhibit A. Section 2, this amendment will provide to residents of West Milton the option if they are eligible to participate in this preferred customer program. Section 3, this resolution shall go into effect and be in full force after its passage.
Thank you. I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Excuse me. Any discussion regarding this resolution? Roll call, please.
Willis.
Yes.
Tinnerman.
Yes.
Vogel.
Yes.
Ashley.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
And Mayor Coe.
Yes, this resolution has been passed. Thank you. I guess we'll turn our attention to Mr. Klein for his report.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, guests. Just a few items. One, let's talk about Market Street. We've discussed this in past workshops, you might recall, and Ben and the engineers are putting together the bid specifications to put that out, to get it ready for this project. And we've been going over it and doing a lot of contemplating on a certain aspect of it. And you might recall the idea was to actually widen Market Street, about 2 feet on either side. And we're actually now thinking, and Ben has been doing a lot of studying, that we would like to maintain not only the profile but also the width of the road. So the bid specs are being written in such that it will not be widened on 2 feet on either side. There's some technical reasons to that. We're worried about some possible drainage problems. Shouldn't say that they would occur, but we just don't want them to occur. And profiles into the merging into each of the driveways. So we feel that by just keeping the width of that would reduce some costs, but we feel that that would be best served. Now, if there's any objections to that, I'd really like to discuss it. Really would not want to wait till the workshop. However, we could. It's just delaying us from going out to bid. But if there are concerns, I'd really like to, Ben's here tonight too, I'd really like to address it. But if there aren't, And if it's all right with council, that's the way we're going to draft the bid specs.
No objections.
Okay.
From my understanding, Market Street residents are just happy to be getting a new surface. They're not very concerned with their sidewalks or.
Right. Thank you. Spoke with Andy Grafflin this week. If you recall, a year ago at this time, his senior honors government class, they did a mock council. They participated in our February workshop, and then at the March meeting, we had our meeting, and then right after that meeting, they had their meeting. It was televised on WMPA. Had such a great reception with that, he would like to do that again this year. Tentatively, and he was going to get back to me to confirm, but tentatively, it'll be scheduled again the same way. The February workshop, they will be here, and then the March meeting, they will follow our meeting. Okay? So, look forward to that. There was some electricity problems that the north side of town and the northwest side of town, the north side of town, including Ludlow Falls, experienced Monday morning. You want to talk about a Monday starting out like a Monday, it started out like a Monday. In fact, I think Ben didn't see the actual, I shouldn't call it explosion, but the actual little flame that flickered up. But it was a transformer or a problem with electric line there near the stadium. And DP&L got right on it, and power was restored within an hour. Yeah. So they did an excellent job. But it caused some minor headaches and problems and some consternation amongst people. So in the school. So those who may not have known what the occurrence was, it was a simple failure in the system, and DP&L was right on it. So we thank them for that. There was also, probably about a week ago or so, an explosion that occurred that people were calling about, concerned about, and what was that? A couple of our employees actually heard it and felt it. And we did a little research. Ben's father actually gave us the answer. And then I researched it a little bit more today. And we actually had what's called an ice quake or a frost quake. From what I've read, it's actually occurs in not only Ohio, but several of the northern states. It's the technical term, if I'm saying this right, is cryoseism. Basically, it's water that gets into the sand and rock below, and because it becomes so cold in zero temperatures, that frost level gets lower, and that water freezes. And it freezes and expands to the point where either the ice has to crack or the rock has to crack. And when it does that, it causes an explosion, is what it sounds like. It sounds like gunfire. And actually can be a seismic event. The research I did this afternoon, the highest one was a 1.5 on the scale. So anybody wanted to know what was going on, it wasn't gunfire. We actually had a frost quake or an ice quake about a week ago, in case you got any calls. It's interesting and seems to be a central theme that the Strawberry Committee would be here, and I welcome you and thank you. I'm actually putting out a call for the July 4th festivities here. The Lions Club, which has over the last few years has been the lead agent in providing the July 4th festivities, they are stepping down from that. And it's sort of fell in my lap here in the last week of trying to form a committee to maintain and keep the July 4th festivities. So I've made my plea to Rotary. We've had a joint meeting with the school board in Union Township and have made my plea there. There are some members that have said yes, that they would like to participate and help. So I'm looking for anybody additional that would like to participate. There's been an article in the newspaper just this past Sunday. We're looking at trying to bring it back to a focus of community, and it's not just the West Milton community, it's the Union Township community, including Ludlow Falls, Potsdam, Laura. And we'd like to all become that community-centered festivity again. It's from the complaints that are, or the, I shouldn't say complaints or criticisms, the comments that we have heard is that it's become more of just a carnival, or as people would say, the carnies have taken over. We feel that there can be a resurgence of energy of trying to bring it back for community organizations and having our July 4th festivities become more community-centered. The parade is already have been taken over by a committee, and they're doing an outstanding job of making it community-oriented. As Ms. Willis has said, this year's theme is going to be Hometown Heroes. I've been talking with some people from the VFW and American Legion about capitalizing or actually promoting that Hometown Heroes. There's some ideas being floated about on that. So anybody that may be watching tonight or listening, we would encourage you to please give us a call at City Hall that you would like to participate. We're not looking at someone taking over the whole organization. We're just asking for putting together a committee that can share in the responsibilities and not become overwhelming for one person. I'd like to take the opportunity. I've only had I had the pleasure of working with Chuck for 2 years of the 27, and it was a true honor and a pleasure, and I thank you for coming tonight. It's well deserved, and they tell me that the key to the city opens something, so you're going to have to find out what.
I appreciate that, Matt. It was very nice working with you as well.
Thank you. And finally, we've talked about this and had some discussions with council about forming a council committee on finance. In projecting our finances for the next several years, there's some tough decisions that need to be made, and would like to have a finance committee to help me in better understanding where we are, where we're going. So it would be my recommendation to council that a finance committee be formed. It should be no more than 3 members of council, and I would like to meet with that finance committee as soon as possible.
With that, I'd like to recommend 3 members for that committee. Michael Coate, Fred Francis, and Anthony Miller.
I'll second that.
Council should vote.
Okay. No more discussion regarding that? Okay. Roll call, please.
Willis?
Yes.
Hennerman?
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
Ashley,
Abstain.
Miller,
Yes.
and Mayor Coate.
Yes.
That concludes my report for this evening, Mayor.
Does council have any old business to discuss this evening? Any new business? I just want to just remind the general public, in the cases of snow emergencies or when we do have significant snowfall on the ground, to be considerate. And if you can move your vehicles off the street, it would be very helpful for our street department. It would also be very helpful for the schools as well. That way the snow is cleared off the street, and it keeps it safe for everyone. I just want to make a reminder, if you can make that possible, please do. Also, just want to thank Ben. They've worked hard. They've put in lots of hours, and I've received comments from people from Greenville that have come into my neighborhood, and they're just like, wow, this is very well taken care of. And so they're doing a great job. We appreciate all the time they put in, and just wanted to thank them for that. And last but not least, I just want to welcome any comments from our guests this evening, if they have any. So, yeah. All right. Bob's not going to say anything. All right. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there anything else? No. Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you.